Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain.
Walking in Memphis has one of the most iconic piano intros ever. You hear the first few bars and you know the song instantly. But here's the thing, what if you could take that exact style, the flow, the rhythm, the feel, and use it on any chord progression you play? Well, today I'm going to show you a simple, repeatable formula inspired by that very intro. It's going to bring your chords to life and instantly make your playing sound more musical without getting complicated. Let's dive in. Now, before we jump into the video, I've put together a free PDF lesson book that covers every single step I'm going to go through in this video so you can really follow along at home, get everything under your fingers. It's completely free. The link is in the video description, and you can also scan this QR code up here. Walking in Memphis was Mark Cohn's breakthrough hit in 1991, and it's built around a really simple chord progression, but what makes it stand out is it's like the rhythmic feel and the way the left hand drives the groove the whole time. Let's just have a listen to the original and just really listen for it. Let's check it out. What a tune.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain.
Listen to the left hand, it's pushing all the time.
WC handy, won't you look down over me?
I'm going to break it down in a minute.
Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. Then I'm walking in Memphis.
Oh, I love this song. So what is actually going on here? Well, we're in the key of C. And if we take out all of the fancy arpeggiation, the rhythm, all of the stuff that's going on in that intro, and just look at the simple underlying chord sequence, what's actually going on is it's going F, G, C, A minor 7, that kind of thing. Those are the four chords. It just goes on a loop. So F, G, C, A minor 7. You could also think of that in terms of the numbers of the key, which would be 4, 5, 1, 6. Okay, 6 being the relative minor. It's just going on that loop. So this is what they actually play. Now, I think there are three things going on here. If we distill it down, there are three really key strategies going on, right? First of all, the left hand is pushing all the time. If you don't know what pushing means, it means it's off the beat. So rather than being on the beat, on the main the main pulse, it's in between the beats. So check this out. If I play the left hand on its own, it looks like this. You can see they're all off the beat. I mean, the first one I'm playing is on the beat, but every other one apart from that, it's on the and, okay? So it's like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So often as piano players, our default setting is to always play the chords on the beat. But actually, when you put a little push in both hands or just in one hand, it can really help move the music forward. It gives it a bit more energy. It kind of gives it a bit of a kick. It's a really, really great strategy just to add some extra energy. So let's call that the pushy left hand. And we're going to come back to that later on. That's our first little strategy. Now, the next little nugget here is everything in the right hand is moving in an upwards direction, and it's what we call arpeggiating. Don't worry about the notes too much for the moment, but you can see all we're doing is we're arpeggiating every chord in an upwards direction, and it means that we're almost playing a note on every single subdivision. There's not like a subdivision that goes by where there isn't a sound or a note being played. Okay, so upwards arpeggiation in our right hand, that's our next little strategy. And the third strategy, power chords. Now, if you haven't heard of a power chord, there we go. That's what it is. That's a C power chord, sometimes known as a C5. Okay, we've left out the third. So normally we'd play that E in the middle, but actually a power chord It's just the root and the fifth. Guitarists use these all the time, and they're just a really great way to create an open, lean sound. It worked really well. And if I play you the whole intro, you can see these in action. So what are the notes? Well, it's really just the root and the fifth of every single chord. Root, fifth, root, root, fifth, root, fifth, root, fifth, root, fifth, root, fifth, root, fifth. You know, they're all power chords. They're all lean. It just sounds great. And also, when you don't have that third in there, it gives it a little bit of ambiguity because you don't kind of know whether they're major or minor because there isn't that major third or minor third to give it away. So that's why it gives it that slightly ambiguous sound. It works really, really well. Now, what we're doing here is something I do all the time when I'm practicing. As piano players, we often find ourselves learning song after song, okay? And there is a time and place for that. Super, super important. We all need repertoire to play. But usually what that means is you're only then able to play that one song, and then you learn another, and then you're only able to play that one song. So it's quite a slow process to build up things you can play. And one of the things I find really, really useful is to find a song I like and look under the carpet. What is actually going on there? How are they playing the chords? What kind of tips and tricks can we extract from this one song and then use on whatever song we're playing, whatever chord progression we're playing, whether we're improvising or writing a song ourselves? It's a slightly different way of thinking and a different way of working, but it means you become so much more of a versatile piano player that can just sit down in any context and make music happen. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So this is what I'm calling the walking in Memphis formula. We've got that pushy left hand where everything's off the beat. We've got the arpeggiated chords in our right hand, everything's going upwards, and then we've got those power chords as well. No thirds, just the roots and the fifth. So now let's try applying that formula to a different chord progression. And the first step is so important here. Change the key. And the reason why we do this, if you start playing about with all these techniques in the key of C again, your ear is just going to be drawn back to Walking in Memphis, and you're going to find it very difficult to kind of break the mold of only being able to hear that song. I'd really recommend changing the key. As I say, this is all written out for you in that PDF lesson book, so do go check that out. I'm going to do this in the key of G. There's our G major scale. I'm going to come up with a chord sequence we can use. Let's have a think. Let's work out what we can do. I like that sequence. That's the one we're going to use. Goes E minor 7, going to C, D, and then G. It's similar to the original, right? But the chords are in a slightly different order. So let's begin to apply our different strategies to this new chord sequence. So the first thing, the pushy left hand. Let's see if we can lock that in first of all. Playing off the beat can be really hard if you don't do it that often. It's really about hearing that subdivision. It takes a long time to really get confident with this, okay? And it can be quite frustrating when you start out, but just 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Really sit back, relax on it. Notice the first time I play that E, it's on the beat, but then from there, they're all off the beat. That's the way that works. We got that left hand in now. So step 2 was arpeggiate everything in an upwards direction. We just hold on to that for the moment. And step 3 were the power chords, the roots and the fifths. So if we just break that down, there it is. There's our E5. We've got the E, the B, and the E at the top. The root, the fifth, and the root. We go to the next chord, C5, root, fifth, root, fifth. Okay. Every single chord, we're going to be playing 4 notes, okay? Like that. It's just on the first one because it comes in on the beat, okay? We're only going to be playing 3. You'll see when I play it through in a second. So there's that one, there's that C5. There's the D5. And there's the G5, okay? If you check out the whole thing if I play it through slowly. Yeah, it works really, really well. And you can hear it sounds similar to the original, but we're just kind of moving it away, and we're going to do some extra little things as well to take it even further away from the original recording. Just a quick thing to spot here. Watch. Did you notice that crossover? I crossed over between my left hand thumb and my right hand thumb. That's quite hard to do. We push in our left hand, but then the upper part of my right hand takes the arpeggio upwards. It's quite hard to explain. It's all written out for you in that lesson book, but just check it out once more, just so you can see it. Watch. It's a great thing to practice that. Remember to use the pedal as well. That's really going to help smooth everything out on those chord changes. Now, you may be thinking, it still sounds a lot like Walking in Memphis, and you'd be totally right. This is where the creativity comes in, right? And you just begin to think, okay, what else can we do to put our own stamp on this and really take it away from the original? Or at least add something else to make it sound less like the original. So, a simple thing. Rather than going upwards in your right hand, now think, let's go downwards. Let's just see what that would sound like, okay? Really simple change, but it can completely change the sound of the whole intro. Check it out. I wonder if that would sound even better up an octave. Be a really nice intro or a really nice kind of interlude in the middle of a song. That would work really, really well. Something that's occurring to me is it's quite repetitive, and I just think one little extra phrase might just take it out of that kind of repetitive feel. So, I mean, I'm just improvising here. I'm kind of making it up, and that's exactly what it's all about, experimentation. Something I might do. Very subtle, but did you spot what I did there? Rather than playing the G all the way down like that, I just went, I used the 5th, the 4th, and the 3rd of G. So we're moving away from that power chord thing, but that's fine. That's what getting creative is all about. Very, very simple changes. All we've done is reverse the direction of our right hand and added just a little melody at the end, and suddenly it moves it away from Walking in Memphis. Now, you've still got Walking in Memphis going a little bit round your head because we played it earlier, but if you just heard that, you wouldn't necessarily think we were ripping off Walking in Memphis. It's a way you can extract little nuggets and really put your own stamp on the music. And if you still think it sounds too much like Walking in Memphis, you need to find something else to change it up. Keep on changing it up until you've got something that feels your own. That's what the best musicians do. They take things from everywhere. I'm gonna have a go at jamming over this chord progression using a little backing track. By the way, it's included as part of that download, okay? So grab it, try it out, get everything underneath your fingers, work on this stuff because it does make a big difference to your playing. Right, let's give it a go. Now, if you've got this far in the video, that tells me you're someone who's really keen to develop this creative toolbox of techniques where you can apply these ideas to whatever song you're playing. If that sounds like you, I think you're really gonna like this video up here where I do the exact same thing with The Way It Is by Bruce Hornsby. Go give that video a click and I'll see you over there.